instead just got early info outside of bathrooms with one flash. So you can kind of identify the default that's coming here from NRG.
Can they control it? Confirmation of Crashy's attendance. Placeable, willing to stick around. It's testing their nerve, right? You've got artists creeping away. Good jump spot, but
Windows.
Higher elevation on that too, so if there is an op, something like that, he's not going to lose his life. And we're looking at a BX that can take 3 players here from Billy.
Oke, ya balik lagi kita tadi. Aduh, mati lampu. Kocak coy, mati lampu bentar doang. Kita udah sampai mana nih? Oke, 45 ya Billy. NRG 5 4 Billy oke. Wah, WAZ dapat 1. Kabur cuy. Oh, ada ya? Biang. Nice. Dikira bakal dapat 1 lagi. Nice. Pick. Gila. Come on, Billy. Jangan mau kalah, coy. Sama Amerika yang udah kita kan Liga Cina ini ketinggalan banget ya. Jangan mau kalah gitu. Sama NRG yang pemainnya tuh dari mantan Optik sama 1 FPX yang juara master dan juara Optik juara master juga. Let's go. Bisa ini. Oke, energi time out pertama ya. Let's go. 5 sama. Gila, ini seru banget coy. 5 sama. Gila. Kekejar juga ya.
It absolutely should, because this is a team, to me, when I was watching the Chinese qualifiers, was not adaptable. They were set in their ways, punishing the rest of the field, sure. But here against NRG, to talk about the depth of experience, this is their comp that they played last year right now. So
let's go.
In terms of strategy, that strat book should be, I mean, miles long, stacked up to the moon.
So it's like, if you want to talk about the comeback kids of NRG, right? They never lose twice. Well, one team managed it, and that was Loud at Champions, right? So that is the one name you can sit with that. Can you imagine
one of the
adding
best teams
Billy?
of all time?
Absolutely. During their run of sheer and utter dominance.
Yeah, just ridiculous.
And then the lower bracket, the one that's dominated by NRG, 2 losses. 1 to PaperX at Tokyo, 1 to FPX at Copenhagen, the eventual winner there. It is unbelievable how good they are in these scenarios. The fact that Billy is keeping them at a 5-5 is incredibly impressive, and they deserve their flowers for it. But we ain't done yet. It was a timeout. It's 5-5. We're diving back in. NRG having a little bit of that momentum and that confidence ripped away.
Early trip actually gets a lot of information there. Now that it activates, that hookah's clear. So Artis has some space to work, but he can't just break the trip. There we go.
Nice.
Sweet time.
Double clear down short, could catch finesse too.
BLG gitu ya.
Oh, it's so perfect.
Wah, double pick. Wah, bertiga anjir. Wah, berempat cok. Wah, bisa kalah kah BLG nih. Aduh. Kenapa? Aduh, Yosemite kenapa mau molly?
That information that Artis spotted of Rin falling off this site is huge. NRG's gonna instantly use that to their advantage and maybe find a pick.
But no one's long. I'm still looking at Bianchi. He can punish this cross. I'm waiting to see when he pulls towards, maybe watching this. If they split towards long, then
ayo
pressure, but they've got it clear.
Biang.
Oh God, Biang! A second.
Aduh, jangan dulu harusnya.
Does catch FNS. Down to 20 seconds now. They're running out of time and they're running out of players. Down to the 3 standing. 2 flashes for Crashies, a molly with Som, but that's it. It's gonna be dry all the way.
Aduh, wave coy.
Doing wonders. TP taken. They know where he's at. Artis turns on a dime, waiting for it, spots it. Molly comes in. Wait, K-Knight gets him. But to find the last 2, come on. There's 2 flashes for Crashies. He can buy time.
He still has a cage to get out of this.
He doesn't even consider it.
Wah, susah sih.
NRG gonna punish that, catch him on the cross out, but again, how close are these rounds?
Just ridiculous. That one's on a knife's edge. Artist spotting the rotate back is so impactful, and NRG doing the best job possible at making sure they're re-clearing everything. Sam on that instant trade for finesse is perfect down low.
Bentar.
And the fact that they're also
Kita nggak kelihatan ya. Aduh.
He's doing a mini impression.
Dari tadi coy. Nggak kelihatan dong.
Couple of ults here though. Victor with his artist as well. YZ and Bianc with theirs. You can hear it off the rip. Artist wants to lead the way. Got a punishing pick towards YZ early on, but I think they've learnt their lesson here. Don't particularly want to go walkabouts again. We start the game. NRG showing they're willing to play slow. They're willing to play fast. Those pace changes have been shown.
I like this. What the last 2 rounds have been for Artists has been taking the space that they've been giving and putting a trip in it. It's not as advanced this time. This is a weird box to stand on. That could definitely catch Artist, who's been great with his crosshair placement, clearing every little thing.
Very unorthodox. But maybe NRG trying to test out that late round aggression we have been seeing from Billy, but this time sticking in a little deeper.
Just remember the last round, it was multiple strange setups from Billy that NRG just worked through really well after not having, the Trailblazer still the boombot.
Okay, somebody going to be checked on. Oh, the timing on the Seekers and the swing! Bianc punishing Artist! They've got to get over towards the side though. You can see Victor does take down his Seru. I thought he might have missed that for a moment, but no. It is a 3v3 and they've won on the side, but YZ coming flying in.
He his head.
Oh, he's made a meal of it! Denied! Victor keeps him safe! FNS the same! And now just Bianc in a 1v3. This is a lot to ask. Spike's now down. They know where he's at. The singular Seeker gonna make its way through. And yeah, the flash is your one. You got 3 to find, and Bianc's got the first to clear. Not clean enough to find FNS on the first try. 4 bullets, 3 targets. It's too many. NRG stamping their authority on the end of this half.
We all thought that Billy calling that lead back to make it a tie game was a sign that NRG was slipping, and all of a sudden, last 2 rounds of the half in really nice fashion, ripping apart everything, but you can tell some nerves here on the stage still for Billy that they're working through match after match.
The potential of that squad is off the charts, so to keep it at a 5-7 is highly impressive, but can they do it on that secondary half? That's the question we're going to find out, but before we do, let's hear from Artist for a second.
I think Zeta was strong today, to be honest, and to be honest, we should have won Bind a bit more comfortably, but we lost both pistols, and the key round just didn't go our way. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think that Haven, I just couldn't do over a foot wrong. I think we 13-1'd them, and the one round they won was just literally a hero round from like one of the players. In a normal game, they should have got 13-0, but you know what, they got 1 round, so we should be happy.
Already, they want to seek to punish this. Good shot to connect. Artist still with another one. A 1-2 punch. One-man army. The smoke pro make another go at the play as well. There's the connection. It's all Artist once more.
When we played BLG last, I think we fell for the gimmicks a lot. We were trying to overcomplicate, fall for traps, falling for like little mini plays they play. So I think we just overcomplicate the game. And going into the next game, I think we're just going to focus on ourselves a lot more and just think about our play and just forget about them. We're better as a team, we have more team play, we're individually better, and I really expect us to win. I mean, I might be overconfident, but I don't think there's any planet that we don't win this game and go through the playoffs.
That is some confident words from a man sitting at 5-7 on a scoreline, and Billy coming out swinging. But again, you have to back yourself. Right, you've got to be favouring yourself in this, and again, a little bit of a reminder of who they are to themselves here. They are strong favourites, but for Billy, claiming 5 rounds is so respectable.
Yeah, absolutely it is. I mean, we already know that they can beat this team. They've done it before. It's
Oke, azannya sudah beres. Kita langsung lanjut. Ini halftime ya. 75 untuk NRG 7, Billy Gaming 5. NRG, udah banyak yang teriak tuh NRG itu.
Say Artist tempting fate with those words though consistently, man.
Why has he done that?
There's no way, over and over. It's just crazy. crazy. How many players have we seen fall to that sort of bravado?
I do love it when Artist does that though. It's still he's one of the best villains you can
Wah,
ever have.
ketahuan,
Victor
Victor.
actually noted early here. Got gifted away out by the flash.
That flash from Crashes was going to come regardless, so like to see Victor not use a satchel to get through. Does lose a little bit of HP though because of it.
It's 4-1. Just Artist on that A site. Very reminiscent of what we saw in the first half almost.
And it doesn't look like Billy want to push all the way through here. With Rin's position holding sand still. And with K-Knight all the way back.
Balik lagi anjir, Victor.
Just want to take some control of space. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bianca's in danger. Luckily gets away. 3 seconds for the flash, but you can see the readjustment. Slowly creeping towards A.
I mean, spotting the sky is actually pretty crucial here. For NRG, they think that they're going to commit to this at this point, but re-clearing, making sure, doubling down on that information.
That's nice. It's going to be fed back to Artist, and for the man who said there's no chance he can lose, he better be able to hold on to this one. Being crept on slowly but surely. K-Knight's so close by. TP force.
Langsung half. Tengah darah.
Yes, the wraps en route, but again, keep in mind they still have K-Knight's utility. Littering the back lines, those two will find it harder to find value.
There is a path that they're walking correctly into, but there's still a camera as well for K-Knight.
Still Yosemite too.
Kamera kepake nih.
Yosemite can get caught off guard if they don't check that cam though.
Waduh, ke situ.
He doesn't have any mollies though. He's just waiting for that trip to get broken, and he's
Oh dear.
just blind.
Yeah. Oh dear, out of kilter and punished NRG.
Wah, jadi kalah anjir.
Can't play sloppy against this team. YZ not gonna
Buset, jadi kalah.
cleaning house. That's gonna be 8 for them, kicking off the second half with a pistol. And a couple of little errors here and there, maybe mistaking some moments. Yosemite really had so much
Aduh.
impact from that.
Yeah, he's got to be aware. I mean, he has the trip to even have a reflex towards the left there and mark it. Instead, he's not watching anything. And I think that is NRG prep here from against Billy. The two trips, I mean, it's like they walked perfectly where they expected them. Full intention the entire time as well. So they'll take the pistol this time. See how solid this anti-eco can be.
I see a Marshall coming out. I see a light shield for Bianc. The flash, Sheriff for Rin, and a ghost for Yosemite. So it's got a little something to it, but the spam alone
Buset.
That's beautiful.
really punishing Yosemite on that slip up towards short. Trying to draw the attention towards K-Knight, but I mean Yosemite is bleeding. At 11, close quarters,
Depan anjir.
he's going to get bailed out by Victor if he needs it, but right now he's holding the line perfectly until then, overwhelmed. They find an angle that works, and Bianc's going to get that.
Victor not using his nade there too. As soon as Crashes dies, he actually holds on to it, knowing that they can always get out. But if Crashes was still up, that combination could have been deadly. 1 for 1 on the round so far, and Artis is again playing solo, and again we're seeing this re-clear down long. Might find a little bit more though here.
Wow.
Nice from Victor. YZ's gone. They can't make mistakes though, and they're not clean.
Down B.
Yeah, this is much
Wah,
easier.
kalah.
Keeping control. Good pass. Oh,
Buset, si Maen.
shot. 30 HP, you don't expect the player in the corner. You do not expect. Young F&S sat in the corner waiting. Yeah, so
Mau ngapain dia anjir?
again, couple of key moments here. Billy making it a little costly. Yes, they keep 2 up, but still keeping this competitive.
No, that's massive. That's huge damage from the Billy side. And I think it's actually a full canceled bonus. We'll see. As it looks like a timeout coming in for Billy. But
Themselves, yeah.
they're walking back up to the space that they kind of know NRG because of how late that flank came. You kind of know that they walked down on that pistol round. Here, Billy just continuously bring it back up after the initial spat between.
Wah, timeout kedua cuy kepake.
They run away and come back up when NRG's refacing. That's the danger. And sure, NRG come out of that initial tussle, but they lose some of the space, right? They can't walk back into B because they don't have hookah control anymore. Those are the considerations that are happening in the NRG's player's mind and why it becomes difficult.
I've got to give credit here to, again, Billy for pushing NRG to these places, because, again, when watching Billy against Fnatic, it felt very, very one-sided. They almost too much respect, but here, I'm loving the amount of re-clears, willingness to challenge, to get in the face, take a brawl, take a fight, because actually, you've got to say, NRG mechanically are still one of the best. I mean, some of the records could be broken today for these players of being literally one of the top fraggers in the entire international sort of scene. So it's very much impressive to see them pick themselves up. But again, this half has started perfectly until this round, right? This is the one that Billy will have an upper hand in.
I mean, you saw the stats in the pre-show between Bianc and Finesse.
It's
Two
feels
global
unfair.
matches played for the Billy or something like
Anjir.
70 or something like that for
Yep.
NRG. Just ridiculous the amount. And Victor's actually
Si
2
Brim
kills
naik
off
ke
of
atas, coy.
BA's record right now for most kills.
I miss you.
Where's he gone?
Bring him back. For now, though, NRG going to try and cobble together a purchase here that could be up to scratch. Guardians out, but the main one, the one to watch towards, would be Victor, potentially Son with the Bulldog. Judge gets there, finesse, timing. Didn't quite get the corner swing with the dog, but forcing Victor away slightly. Falling away again, playing with timing here. Billy not particularly willing to commit just yet.
Just grabbing that orb. Rotating away again. It's been 3 rounds of a lot of B presence here. Yosemite got punished last time by walking up. Ooh, there's been a satchel play up here for Psalm, way up high, the Brimstone player. And if you see the nade from Victor, you see him jump spotting anywhere else, all of a sudden you're not looking at anything. And remember, what we saw from a player up here on truck before, you see Psalm is actually tucking his gun into the wall.
It's going to be Ardis. Oh dear, the timing!
Buset timingnya.
Super close. Was giving him a haircut, but he's given up the sight.
Wih, mentok.
A little awkward on the way out, but it's fine. Plant's going to come in, but it is a 5v5 post plant.
Yeah, and nade
All
is
that pain
massive.
shell. Oh, Victor caught him. The
Tetep
echoes down, they
mati.
give themselves the early advantage here.
Age to play in. K-Knight with 3 though to deal with.
That's so many, and that finesse.
Buset.
And
YZ.
3 on elbow. Breaking him, and look at the flag. Yosemite stabs him in the back.
Anjir, kill 4.
Billy cleaning up.
Gila.
Making light work of
Gokil.
That was a light to purchase, but
What?
still, post plant, that was a lot to work through.
Absolutely, and to stay up with 3 in the end, is something that we don't really mention a lot here while we're casting, but that's huge because they're able to actually contend with what comes out of NRG next. And it comes up to the bank economically, still staying in this game.
They give themselves a potential 7.
Pelatihnya kenapa anjing? Dia mulu kayak enggak,
I mean, that's when they
kayak lemas gitu, kayak belum makan ya.
three together.
Kan di sore ya di sana, kayak belum makan sore dia.
More, they all lined up.
Son working towards his he's 1 off now, but you can see the buy. It's Sheriff Sting and Judge for Ardis.
Yeah, remember the anti-eco damage that was done.
Billy playing so deep. Look how passive this default is.
Notes of what we saw in the first half from NRG at the beginning of the game. But here, no space taken at all. They're just looking for where they're pushing, really expecting something like that to come out. It's not coming though.
Also potentially trying to feel out the stack. We saw a 4-1 stack before, maybe just trying to get the lay of the land. Drawing out a little bit of that utility early on.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them throw out the Trailblazer. See, is there reaction? Is there multiple pieces of util, something like that? Any trap to find.
Pain shell. And Victor found, but there is
Kegigit tuh.
Som is one of them. The timing on this could be terrible for him, but he comes out.
Waduh, anjir dapat timingnya.
On the follow-up, but Billy trading out very well. Give himself a little bit of safety for the plant, but we know the last 2 players are
3 lawan 2.
far away. They're over on the B side. FNS and Ardis. This is
Menang ini
very
7,
difficult.
udah 7-9.
Sheriff in a hand for FNS. Ardis jump spotting, trying to get a little bit closer with that.
Aduh, kalau Judge sih beda lagi ya.
Main that it could work.
Aduh, timingnya anjir.
Oh my god, Yosemite's just
Kalah kan nih Viper.
Are they gonna try and walk this Ardis? The timing! He
Wah,
gets
anjir, enggak dong.
not even that much damage. Yes, Yosemite a little lower, but it doesn't particularly play in FNS, who couldn't find anyone in shower. They're all congregating around this, and I know he's wishing they'd peek him, and they're giving him nothing. Billy, 3 standing, make it through another round. I'm waiting for that.
Anjir, gue kira bisa dapat 2 itu si Ardis.
Yeah. Plenty of key ones
Judge-nya.
coming out. 2 instances where this could have got really nasty.
Yep.
This first one where they're jumping through the smoke, spacing phenomenal in that case. And then here with Ardis. That could have been 2 players dead with 1 shot. That's the sort of thing that you're looking at, but maybe Ardis should be picking up the Judge a little bit more, get some more experience, and then he could have got both. That's all I'm saying.
should tell him that after the game. Depending how it goes. 7-9 now. This is where it gets so contested. Big round for NRG. Back on the bike. Couple of ults. Some with his. Victor as well. 2 off from Crashies. Finesse not a million miles away. But it looks pacey.
And look,
Looks like
only
a
the
challenge,
Cypher. Only the Cypher's walking up long there. And that's important because Victor has his ult. Usually the trap play is going to come out of long. If there's a target from Crashy spotted, anybody from range, he pops that, goes fast.
They don't like something they've seen. They're back in.
Aja nggak sih?
Maybe wanting to re-explore towards A. Maybe they can catch Artist from walkabouts, but he does have the operator, so
They should know that he has that up, that he has money for it. So how do they choose to deal with it? Because he's got an advanced position that he could absolutely get punished at.
but speaking of
Aduh,
catching Crashies,
Kresis, kenapa
and the bootbot's
tuh?
confirmed that someone is there. Now Artist
Kayak
has to
begitu,
confirm.
Ben.
Paranoid about this. Do they stick
Ardis
with 2-2? I guess they
dapetin?
have to.
Ya
Oh,
ketahuan,
gonna go in
ketahuan.
last, desperate for an angle. You can see him trying to work for one. Billy getting close though, keeping it quiet. The ult's gonna go through, deny so much of this space.
30 seconds
This is before the plant though, and this makes it a little difficult to actually get it down. Either way, nobody on site except for Artis, but the Brim ult
Forces them running.
buys some
Oh,
time.
Waduh.
Somebody trying to control towards CT, disallow anyone to come back through, but Artist can't really escape from this. You're gonna hear the ult. 13 seconds, it's getting so close, so down to the wire.
Anjir, itu kena moli tuh. Wah, nggak sakit banget tuh Victor.
Find him in time. A secondary ask for that block. And it's on the other side of the map. Som's read it though. He's got here early. They're scrambling towards
Ke
B.
planting sih.
Coming through spawn, Victor and Finesse walking, making it uncertain where they're coming from.
K-Knight watching this though. Should have the favorable find. He does it right.
Nice.
Catching off both and leaving Som, who's only got 30 HP alive. And K-Knight, he's feeling confident, and rightly so. Billy switching it up on a
Gila, Billy mengejar ya.
See him take the TP. I didn't even see him get to the other side.
That's beautiful. When Victor's ult is coming out was when they double TP'd there.
Gila, dua-duanya udah nggak ada timeout nih.
So he's holding
Gila seru.
plays, fighting some, making sure that plant goes down. And this is what I love the most out of what I'm seeing from Billy. The double
Waduh.
up on top, knowing there's
Ngantuk
no
ya.
more tools. They don't have flashes. They don't have a trailblazer. There's nothing left for the NRG players to rely on there. We saw it a lot in that first half, and here again, it's working out. The fundamentals are looking fantastic.
Energy go home.
Damn, that's
Waduh.
a great sign to be holding up.
Waduh.
I like it though, good artwork. But a timeout. Because I think we've been seeing Chet's cam getting worse and worse and worse, right? Even in their wins, it was still like downhill.
I think that sign was chat after the game, actually. Growing old.
Man, this is...
That's crazy.
I just can't believe the caliber we're seeing out of Billy against NRG. Because, again, we highlighted at the start, and there's only so many times I can say it, but this isn't a scenario that NRG ever look out of sorts in. And this is their map choice.
Yep.
This is the one they decided was probably their safest point to come into.
It's the most legendary NRG core map, right?
Absolutely.
The spine is where Finesse works magic so often. And that round, it felt like there was some magic coming through. The reads were really nice. The Brim ult was perfect against the Viper's Pit, but it felt like Billy was actually a step ahead. For them, usually dropping a pit before you get that plant down is a big red flag for me, but all they're doing is actually trying to get that util out. Both ults used, nothing found out of NRG.
That's going to be a round to watch back, and it could potentially be heartbreaking for NRG, but for now, we look at this buy. Take a second. It's pistols, it's light shields, it's not much. So this should be, and more than likely could be, 9-9, unless we get some heroics from one of the NRG players, because Billy have been playing a great game so far. Big opportunity. Patient beginnings. Can't get ahead of themselves here. Give a little bit
Anjir,
of moment for NRG to
ngantuk banget ya.
absolutely take this game back.
It feels like they're playing slow, but in fact, 3 players going to try to punish here. And Victor's left completely.
Dong, bikin match-nya bikin semangat. Ah, mati ini Victor. Waduh. Molinya nice. What? Kresis.
Brought it back to an even playing field, but you still need more. Has a flash, invests, one more up in 5, maybe another single fight, and he's looking for it, trying to buy time, trying to draw attention. Artist is en route. They're getting out of there once again. They are running. They are scrambling to the other side of the map.
And look, there's
Langsung ke A mereka semua.
Upgrades though, they've got 2 rifles here. Yosemite, this position might work. One
Wah,
minute
tungguin.
to fall away. Notes Artist forces him further back, doesn't need to take another fight. He's buying time. He's keeping two of them in this position. They can't
Look
cross
at
here.
both players outside of Yosemite are coming back down market in a weird spot too, no matter what happens here.
Aduh.
Clears the first, but again, look at these positions. You might give it a glance, but you don't put all faith that both players are here, and they go to top.
Nice. Gila.
Getting
9 sama.
NRG tying up the scoreline at 9 apiece. Do they actually take the lead?
This is the
Let's
tough
go.
one. The gun round now,
Gila ini Crisis.
but have to commend them
Oh.
again, Lauren. These
Yep.
fundamentals. How do 3 players make the perfect decision? Both these players come off of site through bathroom while Yosemite's delaying all of that space, and that is completely impossible to conceive.
I wish I knew. I wish I could answer any of this. You can watch this back time and time again, and it still feels like you wouldn't end on the right
Oh,
answer.
Artist in trouble, off, down short. 5 players gonna try to face him. Insta boom bot. What is that?
I feel like they're aware. They're reading this so well, understanding the intentions, and keeping artists quiet is genuinely a hard feat. But they're still going to pressure the issue. Still want to swarm towards the
Up
site.
top with the flash.
He's going for it.
Wih, apa itu? Gila itu race-nya hampir kalah, coy.
They play behind it. K9 catches FNS. They get the spike down. They have the man advantage.
Trailblazer to clear bathroom is pretty important, but look at Rin. He's playing post plant. Molly and Brimmel, and they're still not clearing lamps.
You got to get a move on NRG. You don't have the time for this. And right now, Victor is desperate for it.
Aduh, untung lawan 2.
But calling in the
Oke,
other
2 lawan 1
team
sekarang.
this slip. And Victor left with a chance. And it's a thin one. He wishes he had a half on it. You can already see it. Isolates him, but there's the
Ada Molly.
biggest opponent in Yosemite.
Nice, gagal S Victor.
Billy taking the
Gila,
lead.
Billy langsung comeback.
Can't believe what I'm seeing.
Gokil.
Just ridiculous.
Look at the money. Look at NRG's
It's
money.
broken.
Gila,
They've got artists tour de force.
dia mau beli apa, coy?
Yeah, they've got Victor
Gak ada
Showstopper,
uang.
so this is definitely not a done deal on this round, but my goodness. Billy showing up.
Somehow
Nice
Billy
banget
Billy
itu Smet.
some kryptonite for NRG in what is their strongest area in these pressure situations. They're best in them. And back to business though. Early investment on the ult. And we saw earlier on that immediate boombot that came down checking on this sort of thing. But you can see Artis wants to disrespect this further.
Wondering. That Stinger breaking the trip. It tripped even close, by the way. That's even an odd position right there.
Ketahuan 1.
Uh-oh. What?
Duh.
What? How is he
Ultinya gak kena.
That looked
Wah, gila sih.
I mean, the two things that point
Gila,
out
Cok.
the key factors here for
Gila
the
banget, anjir.
That ult needs to be looked at.
Kena sih.
Yeah, give us a replay on that one.
Tapi
The rest
nggak-
of this, I mean, NRG are in pieces. They invested the game towards short. It looked good for it. It looked like they had potential.
Aduh, unlucky lah energi.
That crossfire there, Yosemite's the one making the noise, so Victor goes to ult him, he gets tunnel vision. And K-Knight able to capitalize still.
Jongkok anjir.
Thought he could have had a second there.
Yeah, just a couple more seconds to aim, and he would have gotten a second for sure.
Okay, FNS. A frenzy in FNS.
And there's not really much for him to do here, right? Damn, he has his ult. Damage to the economy is almost non-existent.
Oh, you already got K9 on 5k. Oh.
Uh.
Thinking about it. I was waiting
Uh.
for the X to come out.
Hampir aja Bayazid gak mau pisau, gak mau nembak.
Streak around.
That's crazy.
Nengok untungnya.
Energy
Tadi
just
Venice.
and the anti-eco in this game, in this half. Oh,
Anjir,
what?
ini orang aneh sih ya.
It's the block up top. Wait, no, I don't even. It's just farther away, I guess.
Aduh, ini orang gokil anjir.
That's not even one I can
Ismet
say
anjir.
anything about. I think that's just too far.
Ya,
It's
pusing.
just a missed ult.
I think so.
Pusing, bingung.
Jet talked for the last 2 hours.
Si bangke itu ketawa sih.
If one man can change it, it would be Artis, but right now he is not getting any respite. There is no rest here for him. They've kept him checked, kept him outside of the game pretty much. Early ult invested from FNS. He feels the pressure.
He's getting pinched already right
And look at
now.
YZ, he's coming in for it. Oh!
Gila dapet coy.
That one.
Why is his magnetic?
Si Vines.
Crashies though, perfect placement on the smoke. We know they love to walk these smokes. They get disrespected. Crashies stands tall, but
Waduh.
only for a moment. Falls
Crisis
for
agak
the 2v3.
ini ya.
Surely this is the answer Yosemite, you got YZ. Not much to play. They're going for a walk. They're going for a walk, and Tom has no idea. He's still on ground.
Aduh.
Yosemite falls. Does he expect YZ? He absolutely does, but uses the second. No
Waduh.
chance, Victor. Gets him on double digits.
Ai.
The trend. That still felt close.
There was a moment there where it looked like the dagger was about to be put into the back of the North Americans. Especially once this ult hits, once that pit falls. I think overcommitting though, overextending into the site before really getting much more.
Yeah.
And you can see Crashy's taking full advantage of that with the plant going down, the nade coming in at the same time.
But again, moments like that for me are why Crashies are one of the best in the game.
Yep.
Like he will get you two that are gateways back into a round. And maybe not as flashy as some, but I mean Crashies is truly a workhorse for NRG right now. The only one to break the trend truly. At 11 to 10 though, we go back through. Strange. Oh, YC got us!
Anjir, Wazi mau jadi kangkang, cuy.
Oh, this has been slippery to deal with and potentially spotted both. Not sure if he noted Crashies there, but he's certainly going to know those presence.
I mean, that's huge. Artist has such impact on defense, no matter where he is, no matter what he's doing in terms of killing people. He's been the pinpoint for NRG, the guy who's leading the charges in most of these aggressive plays. So not having that tool allows Billy to spend their time freely. Interesting person to pick up the orb there. K9 is the cipher he just used his. And
Buset, finesse.
Okay, stall towards long. 48 seconds. TP on the run. Who's over here? It's going to be Victor. Can he hold them back?
he's got a nade.
Could be essential 35 seconds. Seekers. Oh,
Aduh.
Seekers
Udah
could've come
smoke.
through, but still, it's Yosemite. It's Yosemite.
Ah.
No respect and the ult. Hold on. Does he
Victor
care?
gak liat.
Think about it, 'cause look at the position the K9's got, but Yosemite's still
They're
working.
coming back. They're leaving the pitch.
Si kena lihat ya? Oh iya lihat dong.
This guy can be so clutch for them, as I
Ke
said,
B, anjir.
for NRG. A chance for him. 10 seconds. Forced off the angle. Yosemite's so diligent in this. FNS on the way over. The double investment. They don't want any more threats from this. Billy with 3 standing. This could be 12. FNS. Next couple of steps critical to this. Crashy's trying to play through first. Gets to the side.
Aduh, aduh, kenapa pada ngepick satu-satu? What the fuck? Hah?
There's no way.
Wajir.
He has no room to work in front of that wall. Just
What? You smite?
You're talking inches. He has no vision whatsoever.
At a side like this, he's the one who broke this round back in their favor. Look at what he's doing to him. Doesn't matter the
He
side.
can't see. He's blinded by the wall.
Anjing.
It's 12.
Anjing.
12 for Billy. 12 to 10.
Wah, gokil banget, gokil. Asli.
How in the world?
How are we here?
Still huge tools for NRG, but the buy is not great. Crashes.
Oh gila, gue jadi seger gini, coy.
Been key for this team on Stingers.
The crowd are trying to will it.
Woi, Billy Gaming, woi. NRG.
Faultless on this half.
Menang ini. Nutup map.
Playing in front
Let's
of the
go.
rim. This is beautiful from Artist. In combination with finesse taking contact first, it could really do some work.
They already chipped him down, already invested the heal. They know there's bodies here, they know there's presence, but they force the first away. Now they take towards the side. Traditional smoke.
Langsung bubar.
But we know they're slippery. You can't rotate early players over. FNS now on the chopping block.
Oh,
They're
FNS.
taking him over. Odds there denies the plant, but they wait, they pause. For just a second. Artist still here, 39 HP, ain't much to play with. And when the Stingers, they still crashes with the ult as well. And now this is just getting uncomfortable.
Oh, Ardisnya low lagi.
Each other. 5 standing for Billy.
Crisisnya jauh, coy.
Bit of an angle, not much.
Tinggal TP sih.
And team is taken.
Oh, nggak jadi. Crisis masih nahan.
Oh god, K9
Gila.
pushed them on the way
Oh,
back
kena.
over. Big trade. They get upgrades.
Let's go, Yosemite.
Here. They are running them
Crashes still
ragged.
though.
Crashes, you've got to go. Absolute god tier mode.
GG sih.
Denied the plant. 10 seconds now. Seekers coming in. Stops for
GG sih, GG.
Crashes are truly
GG.
Unthinkable begins. The high flash, the swing. He's
Anjir. Gila Billy.
upsetting on map one. The cornerstone of NRG's
Gokil.
has crumbled.
A ridiculous start.
Gila itu kayak keluarganya itu. Enggak tahu sih dari siapa ya.
Even though nobody
WIZ ya
believes
tadi
what we
WIZ.
saw in that first matchup. And NRG all of a sudden
Gila.
things are coming back to that Champions 2021.
Gokil. Oke, mau subuhan dulu. Lanjut map 2 berarti ya.
Qué alegría más grande. Tu alma brisa y me hace cantar.
Little moments of joy are not so little. They are pure joy. Therefore, treat yourself. Come to Andalucía.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Welcome back to Valorant Champions. I'm standing by with Wendy, our translator and head coach of Bilibili Gaming. Jackson coming off of a 1-0 win on bind against NRG. I've got to ask you, given what you just saw, what would you say was the biggest difference in that map relative to your previous matchup against them?
那其实你们刚才在员工中真的是获得了这场赌的胜利嘛，所以说也想问一下我们的 Jackson 教练，你觉得这一次你们的表现和可能上一次和他们交手，你觉得最大的不同点是什么呢？
这次的话就是大家也都是二番战嘛，也就更了解彼此嘛。然后我们图一的话上来前半场确实有一些失误导致了丢分，但是下半场的话，小伙子们在自信心这一块明显看出来不会像第一场那样波动起伏很大，可以继续保持交流，继续保持自己的专注，打好自己的东西。然后就是我们也不想和强队交手的话复杂化，把比赛复杂化，因为会越搞越复杂嘛。然后这也是我们这次参加冠军赛一直会统一思路贯彻到底的。
So this is a second chance we face against each other. I must say we're quite familiar with each other's styles, and also it feels like this time maybe we made some mistakes in the first half of the map. It's not a smooth game for us, but coming into the second half, it feels like our biggest improvements is all my boys. They just keep communicating, like they have a very positive attitude coming into the second half, and they were able to just play around their own strategies. And also in facing against a strong team like NRG, we don't like to have so many complicated strategies. We just keep it simple and focus on our own performance. That's all. That's my thought, and also this is our goal that we would like to focus through the whole champions journey.
Well, the simplicity's working. Best of luck to you in the second map. Back to you guys.
A fantastic answer there from Coach Jackson, and as he said, they didn't want to overcook anything in the second half. Come on, join us. You want to? Yeah.
Wave your banner.
Yeah, as he said, they didn't want to overcook things. They didn't want to overcomplicate things, and I think we saw a lot of that vanity. Some of the strats they ran 2 or 3 times, and it just looked so good.
I mean, I think the biggest thing they did was like they played like as a unit, I guess, and I think that's the difference Energy had. Like they were playing more like spread out on their attack side and like going the rounds super late. I think Bilibili was ending rounds kind of late, but they were always together. Like there was always like a distinct plan, and they knew kind of what they were doing. That's what it looks like, at least. And I mean, they were hitting their shots. They were winning the important rounds.
Yeah, and even when they won together, they were able to do things like this. As we take a look at the Verizon high-speed moment from Yosemite, my favorite Viper player right now, Tom. He's just such a rat, but also he just gets the kills as well.
The crazy thing about it is a lot of the time they were leaving him behind just as the thorn in the side. Like he was just an irritation. But in this round, they left him behind on one side. He late rotates and then clutches out the round with a crazy couple of headshots. Like individually, he was unbelievable throughout the entirety of this map. And honestly, I think the NRG are going to be waking up tonight just sweating, thinking about where he might be, hiding in their cupboards. Like, he is a problem.
What are you supposed to do against that?
Judge.
He's like, no, there's nothing you can do against that.
I like how animated these guys are. I feel like the EDG and BLG both just have so much fun. They look like they're having so much fun on stage, and I think that it's something that a lot of the Western teams necessarily don't look like they enjoy it as much, and I think it just makes the game more enjoyable as a viewer. I'm sure it's also more enjoyable to play when you're having fun.
And also, they've been on the receiving end of so much criticism, right? For them, it means a lot to be able to prove people wrong. One of those players, of course, Artist. If we take a look at the Artist versus YZ head-to-head of this match as well, Tom, I think there's one winner here.
It's pretty close. just double, you know, in the ACS. No, YZ again just seemed to have an absolute field day, especially going onto that attacker side. It's like he's leading the charge most of the time, but he was winning a lot of those sort of opening blood fights. Even when we saw an alt-v-alt battle when it was him versus Artist, and he just smoked him right at the beginning of the round.
Of course. I can't wait to see what both of these players are going to do on the next map as well. Of course, Artist said, I think it was, he didn't think that Bilibili were going to get a single map off of them. Unfortunately, he's wrong about that. They might get more than just one map. But I do have some news for you guys at home as well. Be sure to stick around after this match, because following NRG versus Bilibili's conclusion, we on the desk here will be revealing our knockout bracket. We're going to know who all these teams are going to be playing against the playoffs. I am so excited to share that with you guys, but of course we still have a game on our hand as well, and let's talk about map 2 as we move on to Ascent. Some of the chaos I felt like that was created. NRG didn't respond to it too much, but Ascent as a map, Vanity, is there any places you can cause chaos, and how easy it is to respond to it if Bilibili bring the chaos?
I think Ascent's one of the harder maps to like cause a lot of chaos on.
Yeah.
It's like so simple, right? Like you can't really take these like super weird timings as you can the other maps, or you can, but it feels a lot less safe. I think on Bind, like you can get yourself into these spots that like you feel pretty safe getting into, and they're very impactful. And I think Ascent isn't really that way, but you never know. Maybe they've got something cooked up for us.
I think the one thing that they can do similarly is sort of those like death ball, very aggressive sort of strats around Wisey. Like he's going to be that man taking the sort of pacing, the aggressive pushes into the site again, and they can leave those lurks behind. So I think, although I agree, like you're not going to have the surprises in compositions and what you're running, the way that they play is still going to be really tough to face off against.
Okay, then for NRG, as we head to the Prime Gaming agents, so like how do they bring this back? How do they win on Ascent, Vanity, against a team like Bilibili?
I mean, we got a mirror matchup here, right? I think that the biggest thing, I think Energy's like, they're not playing like themselves. I feel like they're like disjointed. I feel like they usually have really, really solid team play, and I think that's something that's been lacking this tournament. I mean, the other match they won, they looked pretty convincing team-wise, but even then, like Artis was just like 20 and 6 in one half.
He is
So
back
it's
on
like-
Jet though.
So
And
he is back
I
on
think
Jet.
that's the big thing
I think
here
that
is
is,
that he gets his agent of choice, and this is what we've been calling for a long time. So please stop putting him on Killjoy, put him down Jet. So I think this is the best opportunity for him to take over the map.
Well, and if he doesn't take over the map, then
Then
is
they're
this...
in trouble.
Yeah? How much trouble are we talking? Is this all on Artis? That's what I'm hearing?
You know, Victor might be about to break the kill record, but hopefully he's not going to do it while losing.
I mean, we will see, because NRG, they have to win here if they want a chance at their playoffs. We are getting ready to get back into action. Let's send it back to your casters. Here's Pansy and Bola.
Thank you, Sue, and the desk there. And I think once again we have to highlight how unprecedented this scenario is. Not often do you get to put NRG in this position, let alone go a map up against them. Baller, what the hell has just happened to this series?
This is, I mean, Energy's known for some slow starts, but usually it's so easy to clap back for them. I mean, we've mentioned their lower bracket record, mentioned their group stage record. This is a team that's been top 4 in every event last year, and in this year, they
lanjut.
Tokyo and Lock-in, they got top 8, lost to only Lau.
Map 2 ya.
We're talking a really storied
Biar cepat
success
aja dah, biar menang. Ayo, pilih-pilih 2-0.
for NRG. All I can think about is
BLG,
2021 group stage
BLG.
match against X10 where they went out in a ball of fire.
Buset.
A heater of a shot from Crashies to begin.
Langsung dapet.
Out of this round, but they do get a sight. They get aggressive towards tree. 2 players slipping ahead, and they spring the trap.
Nice banget, dapat 2.
NRG so unaware.
Wow, nice.
They didn't know they didn't close the door.
The flash, I don't know what it's going to do here. Victor tries to make the most of it, but this fall.
Aduh, kena gagal ace.
K9 was on for the ace.
Aduh.
There's 3 standing, and they've recovered.
What is that round? I mean, back to it. Why is he off the first kill? Crashes takes him down mid. His idea is to run down Catwalk solo as Jet while they run out A. And I think that's the
Namanya Bilibili nih. Ya.
they're expecting a little bit more from Cat. They're backing off, not really paying attention to
Ardis bagus main di sini.
Crashes caught out with a dart, getting ready to throw it out. Double peeking into 2 people who aren't even ready. What a round from Cat.
And you can see how much this means to the team that no one thought. Their initial line of coming into this was, we're here to learn. We're just going to see who we face, get some cool takeaways, see how it feels to play against you. This level of teams, they've come out and they've won the pistol in the second map. They won the first. But can they keep this clean? We haven't really seen Bilibili here on this map.
Wazi pakai Marshall ya.
So we have to see how this fares against NRG. And yes, I think the desk was alluding, this does fall a little bit more on Artis' shoulders as well. Back in a role that we've noted him for. First contact made towards Cat. Looks like they're backing away from this.
Yeah, there is a stack over towards B. Already getting some information on the 1A player, but nothing more than that might push them towards the site that is unfavorable. Still with the weapon advantage, shouldn't be the worst deal, but there is a flash from some. There's plenty of flashes from Victor too.
Knife should have highlighted 3 players potentially. They should know they're walking into a stack, and you can see them maybe second guessing here, but they might just power on through.
Waduh.
Paranoia there. What is he? Oh, I thought he had a third. CT's clear, but Victor. Okay.
Nice.
Still dangerous from Victor there, but again, this bit of chip damage, nice shots from crashes at the start. These sort of moments aren't enough. It's the second round for Billy.
And I like that as well. Realizing the stack is there. You called out the util that was getting thrown from the back of sight. You saw the dart, you saw the knife from Victor and Crashies. You know there's more. But instead of falling off with the 35 seconds into space that they've lost, YZ just clears with the Marshall.
Gila,
Very nice
Victor.
idea. What a shot from Victor, but clearly not enough. He's getting up there on that kill record, but once again, it would be so sad to see it coming during a loss, during an elimination from this year's champions.
And a pacey beginning, but noted in middle. An almost brazen in approach. They aren't respecting NRG at all. A fast mid piece here, 120 on the board, and already FNS going to be noting this. And it looks like they're not particularly stopping. YZ's got Artist. That was deep in CT. This is, again, funneling through towards that B site. Crashes. And FNS reveal all this.
Buset.
Doesn't get what he wants. Yes, chip damage on K-Knight. But that's not enough to secure the
Langsung main Odin, coy. Mapasen mah.
The freeze here is beautiful from Billy. They're even getting ult orbs up. I mean, they took the front of sight and then just back up, but
two top mid?
Yeah, this is, how do you expect this?
You surely don't.
Is there a drone? Something? No.
They didn't hear the drop. They definitely didn't hear. Wait.
Kedengeran dong.
He still looked, but they've got a perfect follow-up. NRG
Waduh.
dominating middle. Predictive flash towards CT.
Anjir.
In control of this. Tries to get away. The K-Knight. The walking wounded. He's taking down one.
Setelan satu.
Vanessa's staying. He should hear him when he gets closer. But he's not looking.
There we go. Turn.
Was there a gun barrel? No.
He's got this. Yeah, he's got this. Nice.
And look at the difference there on that anti-eco. The freeze led to them continuing into that site with the 30 seconds. Here, it leads to a scramble back away where they have no control of the
Gila udah motong aja ke mid cuy. Gokil anjir.
Do what they did. Walking all the way top mid. And that nets NRG the anti-bonus. Crazy to see Crashies invest in that Odin instantly too. That's what really ultimately scared them away from that B site. But now you gotta see, is there anti-KO setups? Because K-Knight, with that early pistol around 4K, he's got his ult online. And look, there is actually. Vanessa with a turret top mid, an alarm bot and Cat, and his nanos on the A site where he's not gonna get suppressed unless K-Knight goes up mid.
Ooh.
He just dies.
Zero respect, pure
Gila.
confidence. YZ is willing to challenge, but you can see the ult coming out as well.
That's from Victor. And you can tell that means they're really scared about what's going on, and there's no serious attempt at a reclear here by Artist or Victor.
These stalls are just playing against NRG's mental so badly. They want to check this again. Artist, got to be careful. He's got to be on red alert here. He takes down one.
Anjir lah.
He still holds towards position. You look towards Cat.
Artist.
He just got B-main too.
Okay, if we're going to have a game like that from Artist, it's game back on from NRG.
And Victor too.
A little bit of stall towards short, slowing them down off the back of Paranoia too. Bianca and Rin not getting the access they want now. Artist, ever present. 37 seconds, he's got the angle, he's got the kill. This man is out for blood.
Nice. NRG. 2-2. Okay.
What a response from Artist. The moment there too, when he's trying to fall away after this first kill. He realized the B-main is open, that's why he doesn't dive out of that position. And then he goes for the full peek after he smokes it. Beautiful stuff. Victor with the final kill there, now 1 away from tying that record of 1654 kills at global events.
A little bit of a pace change here though. Still trying to show presence in middle, but not the same approach. Look at Artist though, speaking about aggression and confidence, he wants to at least show a little something. Highlight he's still in the game, and with him noted potentially. What do I do off the back of this? Rin could be in. Oh wow, the timing on that. Rin just backed off.
It's like he's ready for it, but not exactly sure of when it's gonna come.
God, and look at this.
They're in the open
Position.
right here.
This is perfect.
Wisey's looking, but not on an angle that really could do much.
Wah gila Wazi.
So clean with it. What? He's just flying in. Oh, he almost got another. I thought he might have had
Nggak
it.
gitu
But
juga
that's not the
anjir.
case. But they're still gonna power on forward, still looking towards the A site. It's on the captain himself, the IGL. Does he dare? He absolutely does.
Oh my goodness.
Looking to get behind him. He knows where one is. He's got the first. Gonna get the punish though.
Nice.
Stick around. And now the res, absolutely. The reveal off the dot is perfect though. Oh, and it's can't land.
Gila, nice banget.
It's all on Crash. He's pretty far off from this. Plant down. Crashies. Ahead of the smoke. But this gun ain't ideal. He spotted the first. He's now been revealed. He's noted. They know he's here. But he's made his presence known with that. Kill confirms he looks for a follow-up. One towards Hell, one towards Gen. Divide and conquer. Crashies can be so good at this. Forces the hand from the player from Hell. Swan waits patiently on the drop down. Nothing more left to play with. Can he find him? Goes for it. He does. Oh,
Anjir, hampir.
that could have
Wah
been
gila, hampir coy.
K-Knight though, the final
Hampir
destination.
coy.
Can't quite get past.
Sumpah itu kalau KO nggak dihidupin kalah anjir. Asli.
For him to even come out on top of that fight. Great push from Wisey, expecting it. That's why Rin falls off. He's got somebody to cover. But then the final moments on the clutch too. By the way, Crashes couldn't rotate because of how often they're freezing here. He was on A site for so long.
Anjir, gokil coy.
And then both of them wide swinging each other off the fall off is just crazy too. And there's just more layers here for Finesse to have to deal with. Now they have this lockdown from Yosemite. This start's always finding value, but not quite enough to find kills.
I'm trying to read into this like it's gonna be the go up. The ults come in. 3 players for NRG already called over. A 4th sat towards CT, leaving Artist the one towards middle. Make the most of the lockdown here.
Billy has already used their nade, their mollies, so there's a flood coming in from NRG.
But the weaponry.
Ooh, you smite. Let's go.
And it's just a slow
Anjir, Artist.
does not
Wah, udah dapat satu doang.
do the damage. I can't believe it. They're taking
Gila,
back this
waktunya
game.
time out gak
This
sih?
is already 4 rounds on attack side. This is the first part of this half.
Yep.
How is this
Time out.
happened?
Jet wants to have a chat about it apparently as well. NRG struggling to get a bigger grip on this game, right? Like keeping control of this.
Yeah.
Dia ngunyah permen karet
we can
sambil
say
minum anjir.
This is already too many rounds. They need a flawless run at the rest of this half. We can say that. The NRG players cannot let that creep into their mind at all for the rest of this game, but dire straits.
I don't want to say panic stations yet, but you know you got to stop it now, right? And I still feel the way that Billy's playing that they can get another 2, another 3. That mid-round stalling.
Yeah.
The way they've been just dragging NRG around this map, punishing rotations, perfectly reading out the kind of almost bullish approach towards middle, getting some of those punishes going. They have been so slippery to pin down here. I don't think NRG have that full read yet.
And I think adaptable too. I was talking about how I didn't really feel that way about them watching the Chinese qualifiers, but in this game you already see them receiving the push from Victor, receiving the push from Som up at the top of middle. Those are the sorts of things that are happening without a timeout, which just goes to speak to what happens when you have a player like K-Knight stomping the leaderboards and everybody having a good understanding of the flow with these pauses that are coming in, with these freezes that they're throwing in to this. Artist finally with the op though. See if he can find anything.
Let's go, apa yang akan dilakukan oleh RG nih.
Like they're afraid, they're not showing respect to him in that way. Let's see, a couple more seconds. We kick this one off here. Victor wants to get notes on players towards tiles. First
Anjir,
chance
lewat.
is, shot does not land. Artist now needs to look towards a secondary angle because look at the pacing from Billy. Billy, fast. The flash not going to quite crest. Victor there, operated.
Aduh.
Where it stops. 2 critical kills. He can fall off this. He does now need to.
Waduh, ngepen ngepick satu-satu, bro.
And Artist 2 getting it as well. Now there's time for Billy to recoup, figure out how it's gone, but Victor has broken Ye's record. 1,654 kills on the global stage. And he has the highest amount. Still a way to play into this. Not much anymore though. If Knight gets the second one, then all of a sudden Young can follow up.
saw them on their initial matchup. This is a very tall task. Let's get a chance and takes it.
Buset,
And
Biang.
now maybe a fair 1v1. Where's FNS in this? Playing safe? Yes, absolutely.
That turret won't ping. Surprised he doesn't just walk by it.
He's got 30 seconds still. He's got room to play.
30 seconds left.
Psalm's not moving at all. He had space to take, but he wants to be still close to Victor. Meanwhile, Victor's just watching the cross back. They're allowing this plant to go down. And it's maybe because Finesse has his lockdown to just solidify this in a sense, but very curious how the rest of this plays out because it could be expensive for the NRG side.
So with that audio cue there, start to work. FNS creeps forward, but he should not give up a kill here. So Bianc now knows one has slipped forward. That's going to be FNS. He can isolate that in his mind, but he's only got 8 bullets. He needs his kill and he needs it clean.
Aduh.
The angle, and he does have the kill.
Aduh.
FNS, full composure, full control.
Okay, I thought for a second they forgot where the op was. Either way, they have plenty of time to defuse, but absolutely.
Nih, malah ke absen anjir.
I think on this map he's playing fantastic. The other one he played pretty good, and that was not really the same.
Ketawa anjir.
A lot of people analyzing the Billy NRG first matchup between these two teams thought firepower was the issue for NRG.
Can I get this?
And yet here, Victor leading the charge, but again, they need to have a flawless half from here on, and that, even that round, when it looked clean, it still went down to where there was questions. Maybe a shark attack here, dive through mid. Artist still with an op though, so I'm not sure exactly how this is going to go. Just a flash to threaten.
Just trying to bait the top mid player in, but the dart's going to do enough to dissuade that. They don't need to check behind it. Bianc's done his job without putting his life on the line by any means.
And look at the dart that he's actually thrown as well. That's actually clearing to make sure there isn't pressure from Artist all the way through. Normally that one's going to the bottom of middle.
Dapat nih, dapat. Gila.
His wrist for that one, but Artist trying to fill it. Holds on. Do you dare? Surely you don't go back into this. Look on the other side of the map. They're still considering this A site.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one thing NRG is not really doing outside of those A pushes is controlling the extremities and taking these orbs away from Billy. At least denying them early here. Billy has full reign to continue farming up.
Som's got a fair bit of kit though. Still can stall out with the smoke, but they might try and just get in front of it. And a preemptive lockdown on B just to ensure it. Allow for those rotations to come in.
Oh, ketahuan tuh, Som.
Crashies, but they need to clear the site. Crashies gonna punish towards K-Knight. Look at Som, gets the reveal, gets the punish. Beautiful synergy between the two on the site. YZ though trying to throw the needle.
Oh, gila.
Punish Som, 25 seconds now. Spike in hand. Rin's got an artist, but he's still don't clear Crashies. He's still here. He can still be a problem. YZ is watching this. Eagle eyes. He's dead.
Oh, anjir.
Crashies.
They got
Clean.
a pop.
Oh, and just Seru's found evidence. Crashies is just left in his cage. How do you get out of here?
Gimana mau keluar anjir? Jangan disamperin. Sumpah jangan disamperin. Udah. Gak usah keluar. Gak usah turun. Emangnya KO anjir.
Oh, Crashies, this is brutality.
Malah turun. Anjir.
To watch as they take away the round.
He was there for the entire hit. The entire time. He even got super value with some, the combinations of the smokes and the darts.
Spike down A.
But once again, the right call and also the right amount of kills here coming in. Just perfect. Rin catching Artist.
Gila itu turun dari lu.
There, I would say. And then jumping up top too, leaving him to play there was just such a big brain play.
It's a little unorthodox, but it's so logical when you watch it in action. And they're keeping the money humble from NRG down to a low-end purchase. Couple of ults, yes, you got Victor's, Crashies there, and Soms, but
no damage.
Anjir, Judge.
They kind of know that Finesse wants to play close, given the money, given it's a light buy. They know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, if you see a judge, I'm sure YZ's reading it real well.
Cross-map knife there for Victor. Does get information as they pick up the orbs, but once more ults online now. Really gonna walk into the judge of Finesse.
Do it to him though. They seem so heads up about this. He's still got a chance, right? Yeah, could force him off this. And they know he's
Aduh, dapat nih Kak judge-nya.
FNS will crash these. FNS just goes in. He wants it, and he doesn't get it. Chip damage ain't enough. Is now forced away from CT. Billy should have the safety of the cross here.
This post plant's going to be difficult to get through with the weapon disadvantage, plus the ults that you can start to play with. YZ playing still into it with the Yosemite flank.
Smite.
With Rain of Flash as well. They're ready for it. Someone does get it. Still so many layers though.
How do you break this? Trying to toy with him, trying to tease him. Victor draws out the first shot, but it's not like YZ's falling away. The follow-up flash was stunning, but Rin bails him out. Keeps them safe so he can readjust towards the position. They still haven't forced him away. NRG struggling to take those next big steps. I don't know how they're going to find it. They might need to
Saving.
There's a gun in mid maybe to pick up.
Saving.
Or they can just look for exits here.
I mean, Billy already out of there. It's Artis who could maybe catch one.
Connect di sini sendiri.
Okay, at least Artis gonna catch that. That's an upgrade. He can gather.
Crashes wants to die there.
Di.
Yeah, he has the Guardian.
Okay, so they get out with what? A Phantom and a Vandal. So
Guardian mau ambil Vandal ya.
I mean,
Tapi Guardian juga nggak apa-apa anjir, nggak masalah coy.
We've said it already. This is way too many attack-sided rounds here for Billy. If NRG wants to stay in this game, Billy are in absolutely full control to best these North Americans.
It's just been bizarre to watch in my mind because I haven't seen NRG look like this in what feels like years.
There's cognitive dissonance in our minds, like just crazy what's going on right now. It's hard to fathom. But here we are in Los Angeles, a place that NRG's been playing all year round.
No jet lag, no nothing. It's their home turf, right? This is home territory.
Somebody once told me. Si Som.
I'm stun-locked by this because it's not just like cheesy plays from Billy. It's not like a...
Yeah, it's not that split game.
NRG timeout kedua coy.
Solid on all the weapons. And for those who don't know, I mean, YZ's been in that Chinese scene for so long. He was
Kesulitan anjir lawan Billy coy.
Oh, he's coming.
Gila Billy. Gokil sih.
The stage first, and this is the ultimate first star out of China.
It's just amazing because, as said, YZ was the player we were told to look towards, but even in their opening games, Bianc was the one truly claiming our attention. Yosemite in just that previous map was one of the pivotal players. We've seen stars out of all of them.
Are we going to see a dive down? It doesn't look like flash out for Victor. They just want to take these challenges. You've noted a lot how often Billy is just taking the fights in mid, but that's shifted over time. No dart this time though, and might get an early kill.
Aduh.
They're trying to prop up Artis to be that instigator. Does well on the first, but careful now in no man's land because you can see Billy leaning away from this.
This angle from Psalm is really good, but how do you get out? Can you get more than one?
Oh, yes he can. Just about 43 HP, but he will have to go up the site, but that's fine. He'll take that. Middle's being patrolled and claimed by Artis. The map feels small for Billy. They can't pull away safely towards short. CT gets smoked.
Operator dapat dong. Ih, jatuh.
He's absolutely going to hear that. He doesn't catch the timing though. Artis is already gone. This is on the site. Yosemite, K-Knight. Full util for K-Knight, but what can you do with it though? You're not even able to use it at this point. Attack on the spike, draws the fire, draws the attention.
Dapat satu. Aduh. Kasihan anjir ya Smite. Victornya low loh. Somnya juga tuh leading.
If that choice of strategy was slightly different for Billy, if they go for the normal mid presence that they like to do, Artis has to come up big. Here he gets kind of lucky given the strat that Billy chose. YZ's just trying to pressure as hard as possible towards B. While Yosemite watches the backline, everybody else controlling A main. All of a sudden, this round is different. But it does buy time for Artis to now get this op up, for this money to come through, for NRG to maybe make a final stand in this half.
It's uphill, but it could be possible.
Ayo Billy, cepetin lah game ya. Coy.
Billy back to what looks like basics. Still got presence towards top middle, but it does seem destined towards B for now. At least for the start. That all on the verge here. You know, still quite far off, but Bianc, Yosemite, and Rin with theirs. And Artis lets him pass.
just super calm here. NRG's rotating all over the map, trying to find something.
Should be big info off that knife too. At least a player too. And they just drift in towards the eyesight of Ardis. Potentially got a glimpse as well. Follow up here, predicting it. Didn't quite land that one. Now he's in danger. Does he get have the smooth moves, but it's just
Si Ardis.
Does that open the floodgates? They're forced already towards CT. They have an option to
Jangan dulu Wazi, jangan dulu.
Crazy from YZ too. Pushing way in front of the lockdown. There's gonna be a flash. It doesn't connect.
He's back in. Couldn't get the follow.
Aduh, susah sih, sempit tuh.
Plot now goes down 3v3 post. Rin plays ahead, plays outside of this, tries to avoid, tries to evade. Finesse got to be cautious now. So on the next one, try and step up. Yosemite's watching it, and look at this.
Anjir, FNS.
1v1, IGL versus IGL. Bianca at the back of the site. FNS a stab to
Nice.
as Bianca outdoes him. Keeps Billy.
Gila. FNS gila coy.
Officially, Billy win the half on this attack side of Ascent. Very defensive-sided map in the past. Yes, it's gotten a little closer since Tokyo, but there's no way you should be giving this up if you're NRG with these standard comps.
Let's go.
Right now they look outclassed.
That is not a sentence I expect to be saying, hearing, or even expecting at this point. But it's absolutely the case.
There's
they look
finally.
straightforward.
Finally that short attack, but they
Ya
just
ke A.
to A site.
Maybe expecting it, maybe feeling it, but the stall's fantastic. FNS is here early. You're going to hear Hunter's Fury in the backlines too. You know that normally Crash is good for it.
Aduh, si Ardis lagi kenapa ya?
Teed up by all of it. Crashes does get Bianc down as well. Still in play though. They're winning up the fights on the site. A 3v3 out of nowhere. It's Rin still posted here. Gets away, doesn't get noted. YZ!
Nice banget. Gila, nice banget. Anjir.
Smokes are everywhere. It's pure chaos. And they lose track of Rin somehow, some way. What in the world? 8-4, Billy on this half. Again, this is not the way you want to start. This looks, we could really start to even say this might be all but done. NRG need to dig super deep.
It was an upset the first time. This would truly be history in the making for Billy. Unbelievable stuff as we take a break for just a second here.
Thank you so much, Pansy. I'm standing by with Klaus from Korea Esports, and I've got to ask you, as somebody who has played against NRG, who's seen how good they can be right off the bat, is this surprising to you?
I don't feel surprised about this. I think Billy is getting the momentum on this tournament, and they're just playing together, getting the trades, and getting the timing to pop up individually.
I mean, the crowd has been so heavily behind BLG, alongside with NRG too. It's been fun to listen to this the split crowd, but what is it that Billy are doing so well as someone who's played against NRG a number of times? What's working for them?
I think the
Ardis, what are you aiming at?
Like they're looking happy playing. You know, they join the game and they having the momentum. They're like they having the pace of the game. So you know, like you look and they have like maybe they're down by 1 or 2, but they're winning the run anyway. So they're getting the trades, they're getting the timings, and that's it.
Now, last question I have for you, and then I'll let you go. Let's pretend for a moment that you're Chet. You're NRG's head coach. You've got an opportunity to talk to the team right now, heading into the second half of Ascent. What are you saying?
I think they need to be more like confident on themselves. That's it. Like ensure the more they game, like I said before, they look Billy is looking like they're trying the game, and maybe NRG is having a bad time now. So yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. We're gonna throw it back to the game.
Good to hear from Doug there, you miss your man. Go on, leave it. No, I'll just leave it with a laugh. That's fine, just cut it there. But back to business. Let's kind of refocus here, because genuinely this is out of the realm of expectation, statistics, all of that fun stuff we can run through. At 4-8, you're already highlighting and alluding to the fact that this scoreline is incredibly hard now for NRG to work outside of.
Yep, absolutely. They had some rounds on bind where they were working the map really nicely, but Billy continued to shut them down any momentum they gained. And I think the problem I'm having here, when we keep seeing expectations, such shifts in them, right now, we're looking at a 2-0 as well possible here from Billy.
Things begin with this, the pistol on the second. NRG eyeing up that B site. They need it too. They lose this.
Udah pada
I
masuk.
don't know if there's a way back. But middle's already flooded. They've got a full rack on this site here for Billy as well. They are going to be everywhere at once.
Remember the pistol retake that they had was all corners. This time they have no presence from spawn, but there is a flash to reclear. Turret just does the job instead, and they have those tools now to get into sight as well. This is going to be a full exchange of flashes, util, and NRG doesn't have much.
Welcome to the chaos. You got a paranoia, you got flashes, you also got body.
Anjir.
FNS of Victor. Don't care though.
Wah, kalah.
Back K9.
Buset.
It happens again and again, and now
Aduh. Energi kenapa coy?
hunted down. Billy breaking NRG's hearts.
Let's go Billy Gaming. Udah tutup mapnya. Tutup mapnya. Asli.
NRG survived just fine, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, these pistols combined. What in the world? From K9 again. That guy is just a monster today.
Let's go.
And they're fired up.
Anjir.
That's what you want to be seeing. And that confidence building. I mean, even in the interview discussing momentum, confidence, being able to do this sort of thing.
Jeez, that's cold. That's cold.
Gila.
Absolutely love it.
The silent shot heard around the world here. Just beautiful from YZ.
So again, potentially the downfall of NRG. They have to sit back in this round as YZ wants to just mow them down. Yosemite's there just spamming away, keeping them back. Look at the chip damage again. Nice.
Aduh, dapat satu.
But YZ goes unnoted. And what is he doing? He's just a phantom.
Anjing gak lihat.
He's just ripping them apart.
Gak lihat belakangnya anjir.
He puts him down, but they're just getting confident. They're getting a little
Lah, si Venus. Si Venus kenapa ada di situ, Cok?
of what he expects and knows. Victor's got a chance. 56 seconds. Rin's a problem, but Bianca's on 4 HP.
Aduh, Biang sekarat sih. Ini berharap ke si Rin.
Ahead of this too. So plenty of time to reposition, which he'll need to try to find these 1v1s. For Billy, the protocol is going to be come back into the site together. Have Bianc get baited for Rin. And that seems like an easy prospect, but with all this time Victor has, very doable.
30 seconds left.
And remember, this is not, NRG didn't force into this. You think they might have needed to, but they didn't. Yet here they are. Already a successful eco.
Paranoia smoke.
Ngebet nih, si Biang ngebet.
Needs to be the North American hero here. He's going to hear both. He's trying it. He is desperately trying it. The plant, going to get smoked though. That's an issue. He's got a fair fight. Oh, it's not clean. And he's not stopping. Bianc will hold this. And a desperate attempt. With a slight
Hampir
fall
anjir.
short, 20 HP being the difference.
And ultimately,
Hampir kalah, coy.
Alive here for Billy. Curious what they're going to decide in terms of the bonus, but I like this decision. I mean, it's the low HP player.
Gila.
In that case, just ridiculous, but we'll take it.
Victor. Aduh, sana.
Real quick. Just putting the smoke on the spike, realizing he's not backside. All of a sudden, you're very confident in that.
Look at this buy from Billy.
Gila dibantai, coy. Gila. 4-10 anjir.
These are the rounds. I mean, we just saw the chaos.
Udahlah, penutupan biar cepet, coy.
By full, but that's because he's one off knife. So next round still, this is a full bonus. I'm very happy to play this.
Well, the 4-play stack too. 4 of them posted on that B site. NRG trying to get a feel of this.
I like that too. The one way to indicate that they're trying to peek inside of B main there. That's some false information that could indicate that there's no stack on the B site, in fact.
Highlight there's at least someone. What do they know? Not enough yet. Artist waiting to pounce. Door is shut. I'm terrified of what waits around this corner. Because it feels like Billy Pride was mayhem. It might just be that. Here we go. Ult invested. K-Knight will be spotted. And that's the big clear. Rin goes down and Artist starts things off very well.
Aduh.
Should already be considered from the Al drone earlier, and YZ gets cleared. That is the diligence I expect from NRG.
Apa-apa, run bonus.
But remember, this was a very weak
Dibantu sih.
But instead, the prime gaming flawless for NRG, and we're still looking at a dire lead here. 5 rounds for Billy. This is where you have that more even purchase for Billy. They've got the knives, 4 weapons up. That's why they call it a bonus in the first place. Great entries from Artist. And Victor to close out. Remember how that started. Billy trying to bait the fact that it wasn't a B stack. In fact, NRG goes into it and still is able to deal with it.
There was going to be a round to close the gap. This would be it really for NRG. The first big challenge on an even enough purchase.
Oh, he can get up on top of that box with the one.
Anjir.
Never seen that before.
Yes, what the heck?
He's going to ping the turret. That will maybe get finesse to peak. No.
See the idea though.
It's so beautiful. 2 sides of the map. Things are going through their heads to try to get any advantage in the fights.
It's cost a lot of time. We're down to about the minute mark here. Trying to maybe feign a little pressure towards that A side. We're still looking at that spike. And FNS is still trying to find that player. Looking for Rin. So
Aduh, Bialcirin.
these smokes, and he's not quite there for
Gila, let's
Rin's
go.
found FNS, but where do they now turn?
Taking all the KJ util. Entry on A. Should be where they end. There's still 1 molly, but 3 players coming through tree, and it's their turn to freeze.
Oh, it's not clean. K-Knight outdoes him. And now they're being stalled out 30 seconds, and they're walking into 3 players.
Nice, kena.
K-Knight holds. Looks for a follow-up. YZ
Aduh.
can't quite connect with Som, but K-Knight is
Menang.
this site with his life. And Som is on 25 HP, and he knows that 11 is called.
Jangan gegabah. Nice.
NRG faltering in the buy.
Crucial round. They don't get it.
Gak bisa ngapa-ngapain energi, gak bisa time out.
Must-win round for NRG. All of a sudden, you're looking at 6 to even. Think about tying the game. That starts to be insurmountable when you're on the attack side.
Anjir, kena ngebantingnya flicknya, cok.
9 out of 10 times, but you're seeing the pressure get
Gokil.
to Artist was definitely labored on that spray. Honestly, the fact that even
Mana energi yang bilang mau ngalahin Billy balas dendam. Mana kagak nih?
NRG left waiting and wondering. There is a challenge in middle. Not letting this go for free by any means.
Ayo coy, mau pagi nih, ini terang nih nanti nih.
Close to these 3 players. Close mid, dodging the turret. So slightly. There's nothing else.
Jam 6.
Just the turret, and now that's cleared. FNS wants to play the time.
He might get baited by the footsteps here, thinking that he's falling off.
Billy menangin.
Into mid and Yosemite's still there. Meanwhile, the rest of the team going back. I mean, they're indecisive here. They're coming in.
Sebelahan. Depan-depanan anjir.
2 players here. Biank's one of them, YZ the other. NRG en route. Mid is going to be a loss for FNS because he didn't clear.
Nice.
But he waited. Biank
Nice.
overheats a little, swings in towards Victor, who's waiting. But YZ.
Wah gila, nice. Let's go. Tutup mapnya. Udah nggak bisa time out apa-apa lagi energi, udah kalah.
Too perfect. They swap the KJ onto the other side. There's not enough early presence map control gain from NRG.
Udah real kalah ini mah.
Losing the plot when it comes to calling on this game. And there's only been 1 round won on this attack. Comeback feels out of the cards.
Zeta nggak sempat lawan Billy.
The impossible, the second Chinese team here at Champions 2023 to qualify for playoffs might happen right now.
Berarti kalau Zeta kalah on energi, kayak Billy lebih bagus dan lebih kuat ya daripada Zeta ya, harusnya ya. Soalnya ini udah mau ngalahin ini kan, energi yang kedua nih. Gokil coy.
Broken by makes this almost impossible. The KO ult as well makes this even more difficult to actually entry onto this.
He's so close by to this. He's got support from CT, but you can see the temptation. It's calling him forward. Biang's gonna be under pressure. Does he get away from this? He does. Steps forward.
Dapat satu. Nice. Nice.
Make it two. Victor and crashes. Oh, it's only
Udah GG.
truly unthinkable. Might just be happening.
GG BLG. Wah gila, gokil. BLG. Anjir. Lihat energi udah kalah kedua kalinya. 2-0 lagi dua-duanya. Emang udah dipastikan pulang sih. Gila, buat sejarah cok. Ini Liga Cina ya. EDG lolos. Tapi EDG sih udah pernah main di champion sebelumnya. Tapi ya lolos juga EDG ke playoff ya. Dan lihat pelatihan energi udah malas. Dan Billy tim kedua yang lolos setelah EDG ya di champion. Tapi dia buat sejarah coy, pertama kalinya langsung lolos ke playoff. Gila kan, kalau EDG kayak ada lika-likunya dan dia di grup kalah. Tahun ini lolos EDG playoff. Nah kalau Billy sekali anjir langsung lolos. Gila. Wah ini pemain lain bisa dicontoh nih ya. Gila, player Cina emang di game nih ya kuat banget, jago banget lah. Gokil coy. Lihat sesi foto kemenangan. Gila. Ih cantik coy. Cantik.
It wasn't like these kind of like quirky looks. It was just good Valorant.
I mean, it was them being masterminds.
Oh,
I mean,
gokil.
they're outcalling finesse. One of the best in the game. One of the best to ever do it in terms of IGL ability.
They got Chet to have to burn up both of their timeouts first half. They were then just left to their own devices for the second. And this is a team that preps so well, normally gets a great read. You had Artis giving it large because it's Artis.
Yeah.
It's what he does, and I love that about him. But the fact they came out, a team who just said, we're just here to learn. Well, I think we're all here to learn from you nowadays. I mean, it's completely turned. All of us. I mean,
Gila.
fair enough, right? Taking the box, we've kind of seen them
Oke.
first, all those, new possibility.
Billy senang
No, not even close. And
dengan kemenangan ini melawan RAG ya, lolosnya playoff. Oke. Jadi live watch party Valorant Champion 2003 ini sudah dulu ya. Semoga kalian enjoy sama videonya. Jangan lupa like, comment, dan subscribe. Sampai jumpa di live stream berikutnya. Bye bye.